I'm making this video to ground the practice of stone medicine. I'm making this video to address anyone who's ever heard of healing with stones and thought, that's way too out there, that's way too weird. I'm making this video to speak to anyone who's ever been drawn to healing with stones and thought that it was in any way silly. Because stones have been codified as New Age, but the reality of using stones as medicine is very, very old. From the Aztecs to the Aborigines, the Inuit to the Greeks, we see the use of stones as medicine in many, many different cultures throughout the world. Stones have appeared in burial sites. There are prescriptions for stones in ancient Chinese medicine. And when we actually look at the practice of acupuncture, one of the things that we see is that before practitioners were even using needles, they were using stones on these acupuncture points to create deep and profound healing. The concept of using stones as medicine is grounded in a philosophy that was inherent to all indigenous people throughout the world, that was inherent to your ancestors. This philosophy or idea that everything in our world is animated by consciousness, that there is no division between animate and inanimate, that there are no objects, there are no things, that every aspect of this world is alive, and because it's alive, it has its own medicine. And don't we feel this to be true? Isn't this why we climb mountains or sit by the seaside? And can you name a time that you took any pharmaceutical medicine that was as magical or enchanting or powerful as the first time that you fell in love? This is what true medicine is. True medicine is wild, abundant, and free. Now, to ground this idea of the practice of stone medicine, of being very, very ancient and being something that you should be proud to be drawn to, I want to talk about this word woo. So if you've ever heard this term woo, then you might be familiar of the way in which it's used. It's often used to really denigrate someone who is considered to be a New Age practitioner. To be woo means to be ungrounded, means to be flighty, strange, untrustworthy, really just not connected to reality. Now, when I first moved to Asheville, I did everything I could to sort of separate myself from this idea of woo, because I wanted to be seen as, intellectual, as serious, as really intent on aligning myself and my community back with the healing of the natural world. And it wasn't until I learned about the history of this word woo, its roots, that I really started to own it and love this word. So the word woo comes from the Chinese wu. And what this word really means is doctor, healer, and shaman. And by 250 BC, this word specifically meant women healers. So the wu were women who were working with plants, they were working with nature, they were working with stones to promote healing on a multi-dimensional level. Because let's be serious, we're not just physical beings, we are multi-dimensional beings of consciousness. And in order to deeply heal, we need to address all levels and layers of our beings. So just like the term witch from the European heritage was bastardized, was made into something that meant a person to be feared, revulsion, and really a person that brought denigration to a community. Just like that term was bastardized from its original meaning, which meant a healer, someone who brought wholeness, who worked with the consciousness of nature and the wider world to heal communities. Just like that word has been bastardized, so has this word woo. So I love seeing how many young women are really taking this word witch and owning it again, loving it again, making it into what it originally was. And I would like to see us do the same with this term woo. Because the truth is that when we can connect into the idea of stones as medicine, stones, rocks, these beings that literally are the definition of inanimate in our English language, in our culture, if we can even see these beings, which we've marked off as basically the opposite of alive and as containers of medicine, is this not revolutionary? Does this not reclaim the magic, the power, the medicine inherent to the word witch, inherent to the word woo? And is the division between medicine and not medicine, between alive and not alive, not what has caused so much devastation in our world? We wouldn't be on the possibility of a brink of ecological collapse if we hadn't started to make that division in our hearts and our minds. So by opening up to the possibility of stones carrying innate, transformational, and truly ancient healing, because stones are some of the most ancient beings on our planet, we are literally opening the gateways to revolutionizing culture, to revolutionizing our interaction with the world around us, and coming back into greater whole and healing with this world. So if this video resonated with you in any way, feel free to share it. If this video helps you describe to your family or your friends or your loved ones why it is you're drawn to stones, why it is you're drawn to earth medicine, then share this. And if this video sparked any flame inside of you to want to begin working with the mineral realm, to want to begin opening up your consciousness to seeing this world as an entity alive, as full of medicine, then I've created an online course called How Stones Communicate that is specifically about opening up this portal to the stone medicine world in a way that's grounded, in a way that's practical and fun and infused with stories. And a course that will help you to begin opening these channels of communications with the stones, because truly there is no one medicine and there is no one stone medicine. Medicine is about a relationship between you and another living being. So if you're interested in this course, the link for that is down below. And no matter where you're at on this journey of healing, of recognition, of opening, and of revolution, may this time of remembering what medicine means to you be truly blessed.